HPV vaccines can prevent HPV infections. HPV. This patient resource was adapted by the Society of Canadian Colposcopists, SCC, with the permission of the BC Colposcopy Program. This patient resource was made possible through the support of Merck Canada, Inc. The opinions expressed in this material are those of the authors and do not necessarily reflect the views of Merck Canada, Inc. HPV vaccination is routinely recommended for women and men 9 to 26 years of age and women over 27 with ongoing exposure to acquiring HPV. There are 2 types of HPV vaccines, and each targets more than one type of HPV. These vaccines are highly effective against the types of HPV that have never been present in your body. HPV vaccines can prevent HPV infections that cause genital warts, precancer, and cancers, including cervical cancer. HPV vaccines are most effective when given in school-age children 9 to 14 years. However, HPV vaccination is routinely recommended for both women and men up to age 26. HPV vaccines are recommended in women 27 and older with ongoing risk for acquiring HPV. Currently, HPV vaccines are not recommended for use in pregnant women. Ask your healthcare provider about the HPV vaccine. The HPV vaccine is most effective if given before you become sexually active. It will protect you from HPV infection should you become sexually active in the future. Adults and immunocompromised people need 3 doses of the vaccine over a 6-month period. Youth aged 9 to 14 years who are not immunocompromised are protected with 2 doses. Protecting yourself will protect others. If you get the HPV vaccine, you will help stop the spread of HPV to others. There is evidence that HPV vaccination provides much better long-term protection than when your body clears an HPV infection on its own. You can also be infected with the same HPV strain more than once. The HPV vaccination can help prevent reinfection. It's never too late to be vaccinated. HPV vaccines are safe. They do not contain HPV virus DNA, mercury, or preservatives. People may have minor side effects including local redness, swelling, and soreness in the arm, headache, fever, and fainting, which occurs most often in teenagers. The only reported serious reaction is anaphylaxis, which is exceedingly rare. I've heard that there are different types of HPV vaccines. Which is the right one for me? Each vaccine provides protection from a different combination of HPV types. All HPV vaccines, Cervarix and Gardasil, protect against the high-risk HPV types 16 and 18, which cause approximately 70% of all cervical cancers. The HPV-9 vaccine, Gardasil 9, protects against 5 additional high-risk HPV types, which cause another 20% of cervical cancers. It also protects against low-risk types 6 and 7, which cause 90% of genital warts. Ask your healthcare provider about the vaccine so that you can decide which option is best for you. Yes, healthcare providers recommend the HPV vaccine for people who have already had HPV-related diseases. It decreases the chance of future disease and protects against new HPV infections by both HPV types you haven't been exposed to and those HPV infections which your body has cleared. The HPV vaccine provides better immunity than natural infection. No, the HPV vaccine does not treat an HPV infection or slow down precancerous changes. Precancerous changes require further evaluation and possible treatment. The HPV vaccine can protect you against developing future disease by protecting you against acquiring new HPV infections as well as reinfections with HPV strains your body has cleared in the past. Vaccination provides much better protection than the immunity provided by natural infection, which is poor. Studies show that protection from the vaccinated HPV type will last at least 10 years and are expected to last much longer. These studies are ongoing. Yes, it is important to get ongoing cervical cancer screening as recommended by your healthcare provider. To see all the patient resources in this series, scan the QR code.